Well, a little bit of contact made, kicking things off. Forze wasting no time outside, sending it right through main, crunching in on this A site, and they're good for the entry duels. Goofy takes one head, but everyone else, bam, 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 blink and you miss it. The site's toppled, and Forze, this is going to be a pistol round.
And it looks as if they may be heading fairly quickly towards ramp as well, but giving them the time of day and the respect to just make sure they don't get caught out first.
Forze are confident in their abilities, and I mean, even though they're going into this game against a very strong opponent, and like it's one of the invite teams here in the playoff stage, their confidence isn't going to be shaken by it. It's as simple as that. But to go into the pistol round just so confident in your individual ability and saying, yeah, let's just send it, and we'll hit those heads, very, very clean. Keep taken out by Shelfie, Mac 10, good opportunity to farm a bit of cash. There it is. But yeah, as I say, this is a really, really good start here for Forze, especially T-side and Nuke, right? If you can take the pistol, you can accumulate those early rounds, put you off to a really good start. Oh, what is Goofy doing there? This is an important round.
Very important indeed. Result finding the exact kill that he would have wanted in that situation. A stray passenger in the lobby position. Kellyan along for the ride as well. Hades tucked to the corner and needs his own worth of weight in gold, and it's just not going to happen. 3 versus 2, advantage for Forze. Shelfie narrowly avoiding Key in the hallways, but as the peaks come back through, it is a third
extra cash to go for that AWP.
Yeah.
They could do with a bit of damage here, try and make this expensive for Forze. So far, they've only taken a couple of casualties in these rounds, and the bank's starting to build up as a result of it. Nice opening shot from Jacob. That's huge.
Yeah, it's an important pick here for 9. What a slow start to the round. Again, Forze just giving 9 the space, or at least waiting for it to get challenged. The substitute to open. Key down, secret unlocked, and Jacob dropping on ramp as well. So 2 big opening engagements which can twist the fate of what this round looked like. Forze just continuing to put pressure on, but delivering in their ones. I don't think I've seen a single fight taken in pairing from the 9 perspective, but at the same time you can somewhat understand the rationale with it only being pistols.
Yeah, I mean, Goofy getting out of here with an AK is a good little result at the end of the day.
It's not exactly under wraps, but 9 make it look a little bit more difficult than they had in previous rounds. Saying that, Result is already in lower. Hades does connect.
.4v4. Minute 10 on this clock. Gokushima wary that they're aggressing him from the sidelines, and he's absolutely right. Catches out the first from Squeaky and spots the second as well. Valuable info, so Shelfie can post himself on the angle. Gokushima's got to read that they're going to try and crunch him from lobby, from ramp as well, and oh my god, this guy's just so smart, right? He's even suspecting a second. Don't slow peek into Hades unless you're super quick to the trigger, and yeah, Hades shows that he won't lose that fight. He certainly loses his life here, especially with Tenno just wide swinging him. Gokushima again cracking things open, obviously just against the pistols, but Nine will definitely be hoping to do a bit of damage here. Goofy let's take one. Key's got a good opportunity to double up. Instead, it's only the single, but Goofy with another elsewhere. Maybe a chance here for Nine to cause a bit of an upset.
Certainly looking to be that way. Goofy, the AK magnet at the moment, finds a way to put one in his hands yet again. They've got to be cautious of Result though. Still lurking in that trophy room. And perhaps in position to snatch a prized possession from a Polish player. They're on towards the A site here already, Forze, and in terms of setup, you only really have to be concerned of Killar making their way up ladder room. Plant secured, however, and still a slight weapon advantage despite the fact they're down in numbers.
But the bomb beeping away, Gokushima, okay, wow. That's really, really good stuff.
Having the biggest hurdle in front of them, and that's busting down the door and making your way into the A play. Util finally starting to come out. Player on top of Hut, and that's Goofy, who drops down and sprays away. Finds a couple players through the smoke. And while the bomb may have dropped into the vent, I don't know if Killian's in a position to recover this. He is, in fact. Hades still deep in garage. Click of the scope perhaps not quite heard by Shalfie just yet, but Killian falling as the round said and done. Hades puts a ribbon on it. That is 9, second in a row.
Oh, Kylo, it's a little bit scrappy. He's good for one. His teammates chime in, but a 3 versus 3 we end up in. Okay, once again. Here in the vents, aggression into lobby. They do need to be aware of their flank. KWP coming to join the party as well. But no one facing into this vent man. And now he's made this 10 times harder for himself. He's now going to try and somehow fly up the ventilations. He obviously needs support from Hades. Timing's everything, but the head's been spotted and torn off its shoulders. They're not expecting him here in vents. But as soon as he flies up, he's surely done. Jake Gerben for the sidelines. Okay, now they've got a chance at this. Gokushima, good for the first head, but Key trades it right back. Diffuse comes through, and yeah, his patience pays off nicely.
Yeah, that was actually a really nice...
Galil charging forward. Side cross is a little easier said than done. Those smokes don't provide you with the same amount of cover as they used to, being able to use a HE to blow them right open. Does not give you safe passage down secret every time. Hades. Perfect angle, knew that smoke was fading, takes another freebie. The man advantage again here for 9. As that clock hits the minute mark. It just keeps ticking.
Yeah, Forza man down. Looking to try and find their way back through. Result putting the feelers out. But again, I think they just want to buy as much time as possible here. The position of Jacob is the most damning, because the fact that ramp control is established means that the rest of the 9 players are pretty comfortable in terms of their positioning, and if it comes down to a B retake, then that's a decision they're happy to make. Incendiary's going to force this play to come out. Goofy shutting one down, but look how low the remainders are. The residual.
He's not been allowing them to cross, running right through the flames. Load of damage dealt. That HE is going to cause some problems. Gokushima was just running into the wall for ages there.
Yeah, bit of a weird one. Missed shot from Hades, shut down. These pistols have quite the bite to them. Bomb getting planted, numbers punched in. Post-plant set up, just about enough time to get players in position. Forza heavily stacked outside of the double door. And in terms of 9, they only have 1 point of entry to make their reprisal. Quick dodge of the flash. Gokushima not able to nail the shot, or at least you assumed it would be him. It's Result there, of course, with him already down. Killian running up into this smoke, playing around it brilliantly. This flank could be huge, but the wraparound only delivers 1. Still a 2 versus 2, a time incredibly fine. In walks to near, and the P2.
But he's by himself, so he needs to be careful.
Utility's starting to come out. Like you say, pacing has been one of Forza's biggest assets so far. Whether it's reserved, this one a little bit more aggressive, a sting in the tail. Forza make their way out on spot, and that kill from Killian is sublime. Back to an even footing and just the kind of position they want to be in. They can kick on from here, and Killian certainly can as well. wanting to leave his imprint on the match, even from the substitutes bench. And while Gokushima will chime in as always for another
heart out. He's 12 and 6. He's having massive impact, especially in that last round there. We're going into the final round of the half. There's not a lot of money here for 9, but sometimes that pushes you into some of the most favourable situations, just like that. MP9, nothing to lose, pushing right into lobby. He's able to find the entry. Key with the same. Goofy, there's another. And 9 are making this happen. It's just that fight or flight instinct. When you've got nothing to lose, you do whatever, right? You do whatever it takes.
Yeah. And look, sometimes that can be seen as losing your head. But in this situation, your head is all you've got left to bang against the wall. And Goofy, again, on these ecos, has found a way to snatch an AK for himself. HE well placed, Result gone. Now to near 1 versus 5. 3 Deegs in the mix. This advanced position through ladder is one not necessarily expected. Not until Hades spots him out at least. Key from down below should be the finisher. Find a 6th and a subsequent 7th. Ramp play called early, flash in from Gokushima, catches a couple players with their arms raised, but put immediately down by Goofy again. Running straight through. Now, a thought with ramp control under their banner to go for this A crunch, and Killian forces the issue, loses his life as a result. It's a clean sweep.
Oh, wow. This is not what I was expecting from Forze in their pistol round. Tania once again in a near impossible clutch situation. He's got no kit. He's only got 11 HP as well. Should be sent to the grave by Probably will send the Mac-10s hunting. He's in a perfect position for it.
Oh, yeah. Perhaps the guns run into him anyway. There was a stack of players on the B site, and Key has taken every single one with him. Shalfie finally revealed in the garage, but that's where he's swiftly put to rest. Result all that remains. 9 will be getting their 7th, so an even scoreline, an equalizer immediate. Again, it just shows how important not only that pistol round, but the final round that we saw on the CT side could prove to be for them here. Forze with a similar setup on this round of the CT side. 9 waiting in the wings to make their introduction, and Hades is now boots on the ground.
Result. Oh my god. Look
Wow.
at that from Jacob. Yeah. Felt like he was going to get the timing on the peak there. It does not happen. Tania needs to double up, and he's only good for the 1. I mean, to be fair, good damage on the 2nd. But still the disadvantage. Callian still on that MP9 as well. The B site's been toppled, and they will tap in these digits. Like 10 upgrade into the FAMAS. Another kill from Key. And it looks like they're going to cut their losses here. Callian and Shalfie will back right out of this fight. Carry these guns into the next, but at the same time, they will allow 9 to take the lead for the first time this map, I believe. Oh, if he finds the head there, that would have been huge.
Certainly could have been. Kyler forced to turn, an opportunity back in for Gokushima, but not one which he fully seizes. Result will. Quick burst of the CZ. And Killian's MP9 combine quite nicely to deal the damage. Unfortunately for them, 9 can just entirely overwhelmed by the time they hit the neck of the site. And one single straggler to attemptedly pick up the pieces. Tania forced back into the site. 9 almost second-guessing themselves in this position, looking for some kind of an extension. No way Gokushima is going to check that. Gets away with his life, still alive, AWP in hand, all on Tania for now though. And unfortunately enough, he buckles under the pressure. A single kill collected shall not suffice. 9 can bring this into post, but Gokushima still orbiting in position. No. Nothing landing for him this time though.
Gokushima wanted to be the hero, didn't want to wait for his teammates to get into position. And it's going to cost him a lot of respect on the attempt, right? It takes balls to try and push in. Kind of the one contingency with Forze here is the fact that they've got Callian standing in, but he's been fantastic. He's been the hardest fragger here on this team, so kind of no excuses.
I mean, I was saying in the pre-game how I feel like however Nuke goes will set the tone for this game, but I wasn't expecting it to swing in the fashion that it has begun to. Kellyan is already down, Gokushima the next to go. Forze wanting not to be left empty-handed. They look to try and play through Result. Be vicarious from this kind of position with the sole AK on their side, but Shalfie able to be indebted yet another. The ramp play beginning. Tanir has to go crazy with the 5-7 in this corner. It's a deep clear and he'll catch a nade on top of the head, but not enough to take him down. It's Result, that first line of defense that we bank on, one which folds. You don't have to worry when Shalfie's here as well, though. They're just peeking in one after another, drip feeding these kills. It's a tough situation to be in because it felt like there was a little more life about that round for Forze. Still, Tanir left with a chance in this 1 versus 2 if he takes it.
The problem is he's not found an AK, he's found an AWP. And I think he sort of wants to have a crack at this, especially with the kit behind him, but it's not really the way. I was saying that I expected this to go 2-1 to Forze. Then losing their map pick has major complications to that. Result with a nice start, but it's Kellyan and Tanir that follow up beautifully. And Forze finally show us a bit of life here.
That they do. Gokushima once more finding a way to involve himself. Only key left. Plenty of time. Bit of utility to go with it. AK, full HP. Biggest issue is there's no bomb, and Forze should be well set up to deal with this. In fact, the flash is phenomenal. Shalfie finishes off. AKs to go around. A little bit more life to the CT side, but it's this consistency that we have lacked to see so far. 6 rounds in a row from 9 up until this point to put them up 11-8.
Well, here we go. Perhaps the start of a comeback here for Forze. Obviously still loads of money in the bank for 9, so it'll be a buy here and a buy in the next, even if they do lose this one. Keep cracking open Gokushima's head to get things rolling. Might be a chance for another here. Hades so crisp, but no, he misses the jump. Oh my god. Falls to his death, and now we're back into the 3-on-3.
Oh no, Hades. Things you hate to see. It's a 3 versus 3 now, and that one death could certainly flip the round. Not when fights continue to be taken in isolation as they are. 9 incredibly clean without their leader. Still, the rest of the snake continues to twist onwards. Tanir trying to shut things down and lop off the rest, but it cannot be done. And Goofy now getting the plant in. Forces Kellyan in a 1 versus 2. Should know about the
with that auto shotgun, 2 rifles around it to accompany. Hades hungry. First brought hungry for it. There it is. Gokushima's going to drop. That's so good from Hades. That's such a massive opening pick.
Yeah, and I mean, you even speak about opening picks. Gokushima has been involved in the last few, but we haven't really seen him early doors in the way that we were. It's a double AWP setup. Shalfie is here as well. Forze have thrown absolutely everything that they have at this, but they have to. Because even if they take the round here, the cash may not be enough to tide them over. 9 taking out side control. Some real authority about the positioning that they have. Hades even posting himself up in secret, trying to catch anyone in rotation. Less than a minute left on the clock. I'm not too sure Forze have much idea until Result starts to clear out lobby.
Oh, that's a big kill from Jacob. Just whittles down these CT numbers, and even when they're traded, these even scenarios always favour the T side. It thins out those defences. It makes the bomb sites vulnerable. Key's already got free reign of 8. Look at him watching over the king of the castle. Result here in the corner. Little gap in the smoke. Spotted by Goofy. This is looking like the final nail in the coffin here for Knight. With the bomb going down. Shalfie forced back by the molly. I think they've run out of options. I think this one's done and dusted.
Final round, got to give it a damn good go. Put your foot down. HIGHTLIGHTS, exactly that though. It is a foot on the neck of Forze. 9. Make no mistake, they prove that lightning can strike twice in the same place. And even with the amount of
map pistol worth quite a lot here, and 9. Yeah. I'm right out of mid. Jacob, I didn't think he'd catch that second. I thought Result was in the clear once he slipped through the smoke, but bullet right through it. Man advantage here for the attack, and they're just going to start to pull this back. Tap on the brake, slow things down. They've got a man advantage, and they've got plenty of time to work with.
Yeah, they put it in reverse even, and to be honest, I don't blame them. Tanir nearly gets away with one on Jacob there. The 19-year-old youngster, latest introduction to the squad. Less than a month now that they've had together. But you can already see the difference that it's making. 4 versus 3, Shalfie, overextension, quick punishment, and now twice the numbers to attack the remainder of this round.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of an uphill battle. Tanir and Gokushima seemingly were in the right positions, but 9 maybe entertaining the idea of going elsewhere. Hades exploring here towards B. Checking to see if anyone's aggressed into Cube. If he doesn't spot anybody, I think that's going to be the destination of choice for the bomb.
Yeah.
And yeah, there we go. Okay, they're cutting this a little bit fine. Like, if they were to walk into a B stack here, they haven't got a lot of time to deal with it. But as we can see through our rose-tinted goggles, they have guessed correctly, and they will be able to get this done without any major complications.
I mean, even then, 4 versus 2. I think 9 have macro managed this round really, really nicely. Not getting overcompetent in those mid-fights, looking for anything which they weren't going to win. Tanir has taken damage off of the Kevlar, so doesn't get the cheap upgrade to a helmet. Maybe inclined to save it anyway from this kind of position. Goofy, the first line of defense. Yeah, you can see it. Just allowing Gokushima to post himself up on the shelf. 10 green bottles. I think you know how the story ends. And Goofy will be finishing him off. So 9 taking the pistol in a pretty convincing fashion at that.
Cullion just jiggling with his 5-7. Takes a tickle of damage from the HE, but nothing too substantial. We'll start to aggress. Lovely headshot. He now needs to try and stay alive. He's here by himself. He's got the bomb with him as well, so he cannot afford to die here.
He can't find a way to cross back out of double either, though. Held down by both players. Forze, if they're smart, will just react and call a rotation. Stack towards the A side of the map where 9 are slowly making their approach. Tanir good for 1. Damage onto the next. Slowly creeping into what could be an inevitable death.
Yeah, this has been a really rough start in the round for 9. They could still recover things, walking into a bit of a stack here on the A site. Remember, they've still got the automatic rifles, the AK still in hand. Goofy just needs to be aware there's one to his left. Curly, and if he gets the timing right, he can shut this down single-handedly, and that's exactly what he'll do. It's perfect. And the fact that they're all the way around to the A bomb site and closed it out as well.
The first shot from him was crazy, as was that from Killer. I don't know if I'd say that's crazier. Certainly a way to open things up, and it looks like the B players are just going to remain stalwart in their position. If I'm Hades, I'm thinking about getting the bomb elsewhere. Unfortunately, Result has them locked in, and that is the opportunity at the round lost, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a real shame. Off of Kyler's efforts there on the A site, they could have had a bomb plant. They could have even had a conversation about a round win. One spotted, but Goofy not able to isolate the fight onto him. Instead, we'll take Shalfie, but leaves it down to a 1-on-3. Jumping up on top of the boxes. Rifle out in the open, but definitely retrievable. Just, yeah, little jiggle. There we go. Grabs it. Might just want to save this for the next, to be honest. 30 seconds left, and no, he is pressuring for this. Wants to take the duel, and okay, he'll bring one more to the ground. It's that one Deagle again. They're confident in his abilities to hit ahead, as he did in the last, this time round. It's not going to be so easy for him, but Gokushima runs out of bullets. The spray transfer not as clean as he'd have liked and overwhelmed by the Glocks. The issue is yeah, they've got an incendiary to slow down this retake, but they haven't got a smoke to give them any space for the plant.
Oh.
Jacob says, don't worry, I'll give us a little bit of space. And again, making this expensive, right? I don't think they win this round. They've got no Kevlar, but forcing the reinvestments from the CTs, this is really, really good stuff from 9.
The players are so low. The only way out, the only exit to this all is through CT spawn. They've moved so far up temple already, entirely boxed in. Jacob needs to hit another crazy shot, which he can't. Key follows it up, immediately traded on the T side a couple of times. Double smoke setup coming through on A. Just trying to fake this one out again. It's not the first time that they've done it. Molly placed very nicely. Gokushima in for a peek, immediately traded out. So much map material for 9 to be working with here. It's a 4 versus 2, but they have split the responsibility. A double kill from either Result or Shalfi could be enough to turn the round on its head.
It certainly could be, but not looking favourable, especially with Killar's position. Flanking in, if he gets the timing, Result's going to have his back turned. That's the B site toppling. I'm sure he won't expect Shalfi in the corner, but he's able to swing out and get a dink. Goofy's reaction time. Oh, okay. A little bit of a botch flashbang. That's okay. He wasn't faked into it anyway, but good kill from Jacob. That's going to crack things right open. The B stack does not pay any dividend. And here for Forze, probably best for them to just save. They're going to be able to foot eco in the next if they don't carry across these weapons. But that will mean the scoreline ties up at 3 apiece.
And 9 are looking at taking the lead for themselves, right? Already having 4 rounds T side. It's an incredibly good look for them at this stage in the game. And I think you're also starting to see some of the reasons perhaps why they struggled with this deep clear on A last time around. It's that the adaptation has just been throwing the molly. And if that's part of their set piece, you know, an oversight, something that they had naturally accounted for. Taking mid control here is giving them, however. It's a very deep-lying defense. But again, if you're chewing into the time bank extensively on a round like this, then you can ultimately find advantages. And to be fair, that 1 kill on Result should be enough to have the site entirely cracked open. This brought into an after plant and one which 9 can see through, but again, you understand the threat that's there, and honestly, the one that's still looming. Gokushima gets anything done on this AK, you are well within the realms of possibility.
Clean stuff. 3v3, obviously taking a couple of casualties in this one, but I don't think we'll see much more. Killian gets the timing, but USP won't be able to overwhelm Goofy. And yeah, this will be a 4th for 9, but one that does come with a couple of casualties. Obviously, it's a near no-brainer to save that AK into the next.
Through his own shrewdness is fairly important. And look, 9 just goes straight for the tempo chase. There's not even a smoke to set up YaLLa. He just wants to fight. A lust for blood, which is put to rest by the MP9. But a quick trade sends us back to a 3 versus 3.
Oh no, blinded, Key, scrappy. I can't believe YaLLa takes so much damage from that molly and still just commits. But Hades now with a tall order. Bomb wasn't able to be planted either. Shalfi gets the timing on the peak. Perfect stuff. And Forze, they
go for, just because of how passive Forze were being in terms of their setup. And again, it's exactly what I was talking about before. There's one incendiary, and an incendiary which YaLLa is very happy to disrespect. Smoke up, Killian behind it. No real way to fight back in through mid where most of these duels are being won out. And K, I'm really not too sure about the walk through the smoke solo. He ends up getting punished. They can look to challenge this A play. It's a smoke dropped, but the AWP is rotating towards CT and should just be holding the cross, instead pairing up with the mid player.
Minute left on this clock, and look, 9 have played this perfectly. Identified that Forze are often weak on this A site, and often when they are a couple of men down, they opt for the mid control instead. They're happy to retake this A bomb site. They have got a kit
yet, though.
Yeah, 10 years on the angle, but there we go. Smoke will cut him off. HE is actually going to blow it wide open. Almost has a sightline onto YaLLa. But a big kill from Hades.
Huge from Hades. Massive kill in main. Shuts things down to a snail's pace, and Tanir's AWP almost denies the possibility of a retake. They throw in the towel immediately. It's that one duel which the IGL wins that puts this round on a different course, where it looked to be worrying. Tanir had sort of rotated off of A, wasn't holding that cross like I said, but even to that extent, 9 boosting up, making sure that they took the tight angle. Really well walked, and this is the advantage belonging to them yet again.
Definitely look like the better team in the opening rounds here of Ancient. Trades back and forth. Kelly
would have been saving for the AWP, but I think they just prioritize the fact that they can split the pin, try and find a chance to win the round. Kellyan brought forward by the molly. There is a trade, however. Tanir gets one back, and Jacob will probably be inclined to hang around here and make sure that nothing gets recovered. It can't once Tanir has had his lease on life ended.
I kind of thought Shelfie was playing this a little further back on the basis that, yeah, if there's no opportunity, then he'll look to just save that M4. That is such an unbelievable shot from Goofy. And Gokushima has got that A1S back in hand once again, but still pressing quite close for this, even though the round doesn't seem in contention. He wants to try and do some damage. They're going to be on a buy in the next regardless. And yeah, look at that from Jacob. Just unbelievable awareness. For a result, there's actually nothing for him to lose here. He's miles away from the action. He's only got a USP. There's nothing to save. Hoping for an exit. Hoping he can catch someone trying to hunt him down. But it will be a 6th for 9. Result. Oh, just slips behind that box on a timing. Not sure he's going to be expecting YaLLa coming up from his backside, though.
Oh, the shots don't has the AWP. There are M4s in play, but in terms of utility, you're on the back foot, and you can see exactly why. Brilliant from YaLLa to open things up.
If he can take the second here, it might just steal the round. There it is. Gokushima, 1 for 1. Yeah, it's incredible. And there's another big concern here. Forze don't even have the max loss bonus, and they're going into the penultimate round of the half with a full investment. 9 are going to make this 7 for certain.
A real extra layer of comfortability as to how they want to play this. They can, you know, be a little bit more aggressive. And here we go, backs against the wall, similar kind of play style. It is the fundamentals, ultimately, which bail the Polish squad out.
Bit of a stack here on the A site, though. Finally, Forze predict this correctly. Molly won't clear Gokushima. In fact, it actually will. It spreads, but Forze still somehow lines him up, and that's a big oversight from 9. Once again, just not clearing
to build up anything and get back into the T side. The biggest thing we were saying before is that the CT economy was never quite reset, and it's going to take a little bit of time for them to build up, bankroll this occasion. Huge double out of result, and Gokushima's just playing the contact. An impossible task to try and recover this one. Key the first one through the gate and is swiftly guarded by none other than Result. There's a 3 in his name for a reason. It's a triple kill on this round, which secures the pistol for Forze.
It's actually a really huge one to pick up for Hades. Untouched Kevlar wants to keep it that way. So he can buy a helmet for $350 in the next. Is spotted. Julie's going to try and pressure him down. And yeah, he's taking a bit of damage. We questioned the CT force buy last time, and it actually worked out. 9 aren't going to look to give their opponents a taste of their own medicine. Shelfie, though, will look to farm some cash as all the USPs funnel into him 1 by 1. Only good for 2 as 9 realise that they don't want to make that mistake. They're stacked up on the B side here. Definitely a chance for them to do a little bit of damage. Shelfie's pre-firing, and yeah, this is actually really good from Forze. Not a single casualty taken, 7 apiece, tied up. Happily taking a load of leg room here on mid. Gokushima, uncharacteristic miss. And Jacob needs to hold down the fort in the A site for the first, but second will overwhelm him. And YaLLa now with the MP9 calling in for the reinforcements. Hades here in the nick of time, but they are losing numbers. They're losing them fast.
Yeah, look at Shelfie as well, in through mid. YaLLa was jiggling for the cross, but never spotted him make his move. The angle just wasn't quite right. I don't know what the timing looks like. One for the demo viewer. It's a combination of factors which puts us in this position. Key chasing up the rear in a main, perhaps looking for an exit, and should have the timing on Xiaofi here, the jump to get at least the first. That is where his story starts and swiftly finishes.
Gokushima actually on the right angle. Oh no, the timing! Oh, that's unbelievable.
Forgot to pull the trigger, I think. He double Q pressed just a moment too soon, snatched at it. But hey, in a round like this, when Forze take it anyway, Gokushima can afford to miss a couple shots. He did ultimately nail one on B anyway, and that gave all of the space to Xiaofi to, you know, make that flank work as well as it did.
Forze, many of those weapons carried across from the last, and just pistols here for 9. So good chance for Forze to extend the lead further. YaLLa caught out as the nade through the smoke will blow it right open. Xiaofi does take a lot of damage from that fight though, so does need to be careful. He's actually going to be dropped over that AWP to try and negate that low cut.
Yeah. Big opening pick for Forze here. 9 taking the hit. It's Jacob this time, the donut player. And again, this is where we saw YaLLa in the previous. Instead, he makes the mid extension, which goes punished. Deegs will be looking to output a bit of damage. Tanir making his presence known. Footsteps will certainly be heard by Jacob. Gearing up for the B play, though. Less than a minute. Deegs shouldn't pose too much of a threat. Can still dish out the damage.
Spams back and forth, smoking towards long G. Oh, just can't hit the shot. Goofy will connect one. Jacob with another as well, so they're making this expensive, yeah.
It's a gun in mid to be picked up too. It's a, well, was a 3 versus 3. Xiaofi has found him a little quick off the mark there. Hades is following it up with the A1S. Probably just inclined to save from this position. Wasn't looking anywhere near as close as it had been. Key removed. All of the topside map presence gone. You can flip the script. It's Hades sat in spawn yet again.
Wow. This is quite surprising from 9. I mean, they're going to be on a bye in the next, and they kind of need to win it to keep this one contentious. Hades might be able to do a bit of damage here as well, make things expensive, but no. Can't hit Xiaofi, the low HP man, now under loads of pressure. Flashbang is going to cause him some problems, but the CZ getting out of that with a slither of health. Jacob needs to be aware, though, that they are losing control of A. They send it right up A main to near. First contact, so crisp to the headshot. And yeah, they just can't be giving up this A site so easily. And in the chaos of it all, in pursuit of rotations, they get crunched from all angles. Forze's default's just too powerful. A 9. They're going to give their opponents double digits here. They now become 3 away from tying up the scoreline, but their opponents are 3 away from closing out this map. But no mercy again, Tanir hunting. And Hades has got a long time to try and stay alive here, and they're in hot pursuit of him. They've got plenty of money here in the bank to justify the hunt.
Oh, on the money if Forze choose to escalate this further.
Oh, okay. Thought there was some chance for damage. Uncharacteristic miss from Gokushima, but only had a slither to try and connect with. Hades, that's clean. There's another from Jacob. Again, I mean, the economic impact on this isn't huge. But if they can find one more, if they can isolate result, they might be able to bring this into a 2-on-2, retrieve some rifles and make this possible. He's low on health. Wow. Jacob takes him. And yeah, they've got Kevlar behind this AK. Hades has found himself an AWP, but maybe there's something to be said about a retake here.
I need to get a damn good move on, though. There's so much ground to be covered, and I don't think they're going to chance it. It's this AWP play called in the end. Gokushima on the AWP, away from the rest, holding on to the bomb. Spray transfer doesn't connect. Goofy can't get it done. Key flashed in, however, another kill added. And while the site players are starting to make their way forwards, Gokushima has the bomb and he's still locked out.
Yeah, 30 seconds left, a lot of time pressure here, and now a 2-man advantage for 9. Key wants to try and re-aggress into this. Sim and YaLLa will shut it down nicely. Good opportunity for them to upgrade into some AKs.
Like either, but apparently Tanir has an invisibility cloak. He slipped past 2 players into Donut. Hades finds the opening pick, but Jacob absolutely no idea as to what the situation was as it unfolds. Another from Hades out of Temple. Goofy can't hold on much longer, and Gokushima wins out in the AWP duel, but still a 2 versus 2 situation. Bomb yet to be planted, players that can put themselves in position.
It's just ridiculous from Tanir. An unbelievable play to put him in this position. He's in such a powerful spot. And with the C4 beeping away, retake must be done here. 2 kits at least, and a little bit of util. Smoke and a HG. They can get that on the bomb and maybe deploy that nade in towards Donut. That appears to be the plan. Key's just going to get right on this defuse. Head down. Gokushima peeks out for the first.
They don't know. It's just gone back to back. And again, it's not a player who's inspired much comfortability in me so far. It must be said.
Well, at least feeling a little more comfortable after that one. Hades on a very good angle here as well. Flicks down, Kelly and drops. But Gokushima will play back for a refrag in mid. Key gets aggressive, spins it out for another massive round from him. And that is beautiful. That is so perfect. There will still be money for Forze to buy into this next. So, okay, no bomb.
Yeah, not as much as it would have been though, because Tanir signing 9 from 11-7. Get 3 on the bounce. And now it's on Hades again. He's done a decent job, backed into the wall. A main control established though, which will allow him to continue going hunting. Gokushima in the mix, but out with 2 kills, which keeps Forze in touching distance of this round in reality. Still both players boxed to the site. They need to deal with Jacob. Will be that looming threat, a constant thorn in the side. Util lob towards the spot. Gokushima only 14 points of health. Once Result is gone, it's got to be an ace from him on the AWP. There are players lining up, taking their time to make sure that they don't miss their opportunity, because Gokushima damn near doesn't too often. But I have to say, that won't be the first time he's misplaced a shot on Ancient. Early B play, Key, aware of it, wants to go for something fast and flashy. A lot of damage dealt. Those players are blinking red, and Hades has collected the first.
On the tapped, obviously a man advantage, but as you say, such low health on these players. The retake can get this done with HG's result, 6 HP. If they'd have been able to deny the plant there, it would have made such a difference. And now no utility whatsoever left on the CT side. They have got kits, but they've deployed all of it. So it needs to be the bullets, the firepower to get this done, creeping their way forwards. They should know that Result's still on the site here. They need to take care of Tanir and Cave. So many angles.
He's the only healthy player.
Timing's good. Bam, bam, bam. Blink and you miss it. 3 kills found in Gokushima. Left miles away from the action, spamming through the wall, trying to deny that defuse, but once he does some damage, it won't be the kill, and they'll return the favor.
Again, there's a molly there, but they'll run straight through it. It's Gokushima on the AK, finding first blood.
He's desperate to stay alive here in this series, as his result. I can't believe 9 have toppled like this. The B-bomb site crumbles under the pressure. There's no time for saving. Of course they'll go for this retake. There's nothing to lose here. They've got the luxury of overtime regardless. The bomb already a third of the way ticked. YaLLa will find a head. Instant peek, okay. It looked a little bit scrappy there for a second, but Xiaofi will spam through. Oh my god.
Nice from Jacob.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a big kill. Gokushima trying to enter with the AWP as well. You think that it's a little bit wild, but for him, it's just another day at the office. Beautiful shot, 4v4. Molly will slow things down, but oh, beautiful support flash. That's so sick from Hades, and YaLLa. It's just allowed the freebies off the back of it.
Unreal.
Reaps the rewards of his teammates' support. Made sure that his team weren't wasting money. Good molly. Kellyan's going to try and play through it, but again, the same outcome. YaLLa, big entry. Hades again.
Yeah. Crazy, man. The round playing out in a similar fashion. Mid-fight taken early, but unsupported, solo engagement, and by the lowest rated player, the stand-in for the Forze team. The writing was on the wall. Not to do a disservice, Kellyan's looked good at times, but that wasn't the moment. Nor was it in round 25. 9, all 5 players. Don't think that Forze will really have to worry about money just yet. They are getting pushed to the brink though. And YaLLa well set up in this position to hold the cross. Key to peek off it. 2 very deep clears. Gokushima will be the first to face.
Big kill from Gokushima. Key here holding the cross. Man advantage still, of course. He needs to get the timing on this. They are looking the wrong way, but just
way off.
As he peeks, yeah, that timing is way off. That might just allow them to take this A site, especially with Hades falling. Oh my goodness, 9 had everything to work with in this round, and somehow they've choked it. And they've even called it wrong on the rotation, because the bomb's headed back to B.
Yeah, the mid setup was, you know, it was perfect to deal with the situation. They just didn't do it correctly. Really nice setup. Goofy flash in, nearly catches the planter. And hang on a minute, where's Gokushima in all of this? Sat out in middle, straight onto the defuse, 5-second timer, and tries to call. We don't stress the specifics. Back in my day, you just had mollies and hate cheese. Back in my day, you couldn't put a molly out with a smoke. I don't even know what that is. Kellyan doesn't either. He's running straight through and dealing all the damage. Jacob close. They're touching inside it. Result. Absolutely no idea when this one fades. It's going to be a freeze frame for the ages.
Kellyan is going to spot YaLLa though, I think. No, he's looking the wrong way. Oh my god, this is so awkward. Result does pull the trigger. That's going to give up his position. But oh, that's so sick. YaLLa, yeah, works beautifully for him. And Gokushima overwhelmed in the 1v1. Just switches out to the pistol. Full confidence south, really, for Forze since, what was it, round number 21? Something like that? Not even, in fact. Number 19. Everything's gone sour since then. Gokushima, nice shot. Hades drops. At least the big entry. The bomb's down in cube as well, so this needs to be recovered. Jacob really could have done with that one without it. Now at a 2-man deficit, Key makes sure that that doesn't get out of hand. That was really unnecessary from Gokushima.
Yeah, again, very overzealous. We see a few players on this map. I'm thinking especially Alliance earlier in the competition. Someone like Bowden likes to challenge and just walk up with the AWP in cave. However, there in a situation like that didn't feel necessary whatsoever. Little mid information. You know there are players close by. He wanted the punish, but didn't expect someone else up so close. 9 still with an opportunity to take it in this round. Today, quite spotted. Smoke going up now though, and utility to help support them on their endeavor in the side. YaLLa pulling players elsewhere, serving his purpose to an extent. Goofy has to do it all by himself if this round is to come to fruition though, and it will not. Forze live to see another day.
Yeah, the bomb had to find some space there and actually get planted. Without it, definitely no time for YaLLa to pull anything back. Right, what's kind of interesting is 9 were better on their T side. It was the CT side that kind of struggled before the comeback. Beautiful entry from YaLLa. Was just like that. Yeah, takes matters into his own hands. Might just be able to pull together this round single-handedly. Jacob on the reaction. Kellyan going to be kicking himself. He hasn't won that fight. So it's now a 4v2.
Oh, and the round is falling apart at the seams. Hades adds another. Gokushima is here, but maybe a little too late. Goofy's already holding on. Time is running out. Their time is now for 9. One team of their countrymen make way for another while Anonymous fall before the final hurdle. The polls persist through 9, the invited team.